Welcome back to Reading Every Marvel Comic. We're back at Tales to Astonish, number 42, an issue that doesn't look very interesting. But hey, we'll read it anyway. We're only 2 issues away from Lost, so let's get into it. Even Ant-Man could not resist the evil spell of the man with the voice of doom. Ant-Man, you cannot help yourself. You must do as I command. Plunge to your doom. Now! To say myself, I must obey his orders, although it means the end of Ant-Man. It's pretty deep. Right? He called it the voice of truth, but to Ant-Man, it turned out to be the voice of doom. This is not okay. That's bad. Voice of doom. That doesn't even sound like cool or interesting. This guy's a villain. You know he's gonna be a long-lasting character. I command you, Ant-Man, go to the edge of the pier, fall into the water, and drown! Drown! About time that horrid little villain was punished. He's a sinister mess. We'll all be safer with him gone. This is a Larry Lieber story with Don Heck doing the art. To those seeing him for the first time, Jason Cragg seems like just a harmless oddball. No one would ever dream that he's the most dangerous mortal on Earth. This takes place in the Marvel Universe, and he's definitely not the most powerful person. Yeah. Hey, get a look at that load of that kook. He looks like something left over from the Civil War. He's getting up on a soapbox. I guess he's going to make a speech. I wonder what he's selling. It's a cinch it's not razor blades. But the more the stranger speaks, the jeer and laughter stop, for he is a voice beyond compare. Gather to me, hear my words. I, Jason Craig, speak truth. Truth! I never heard such a sincere voice. I can't resist it. He's on the level. I know he is. Wow. But a tiny figure passing nearby remains unaffected. He's actually put his audience into a trance, yet I feel nothing. Though it must be in some way filter of the hypnotic element of his voice. And then suddenly, the amazing feat takes on a grim aspect. Heed me! The Ant-Man is a sinister villain who must be driven from the city. I believe. The Ant-Man is a menace to our city. Jason Cragg speaks the truth. The Ant-Man must be driven from our midst. It's fantastic. Without logic, without evidence, he's turned the crowd against me. But why? What is his purpose, and who is he? Who indeed is the spellbinding... What's with this section here? You know? Who needs a spellbinding operator who will spelling voice can bend the crowd to his will in order to vilify the Ant-Man. If for the correct answer, he must go back a few weeks. Whew! Jason Craig originally came from the Midwest, where he was a radio announcer who just didn't have what it takes. Buy Peppo dog food, the food for discriminating dogs. He sounds as convincing as a wet sponge. Well, we'll have to dump him before we lose all our listeners. But they never did fire Jason Craig. For one day, a nearby atomic experimental laboratory. Alright, careful, the reactivity is getting too high. I can't lower it, the dial's stuck. Flip that emergency switch, hurry. There, the current is off. Whew! Another few seconds and the radiation might have escaped. Unknown to the scientists by a million to one accident, a tiny stream of electrified particle ion atoms did escape and were picked up by Jason Craig's microphone, where they were amplified, and I feel so strange. For a moment, Jason couldn't speak, but then, when he regained his voice, it was different. It had a natural tone. Remember that your dog knows the difference, so give it the best. Give it Peppo dog food. Hurry, let's run to the grocery store and get some. You don't even have a dog, but we can eat it ourselves. That's kind of funny. I don't know how it went to his microphone, but whatever. Comic bullshit, whatever they say. Needless to say, Jason was an overnight success. Our sales have jumped 300%. Thanks to our silver tongued salesman, you're in for a raise, my boy. My boy. Not me, I'm quitting. You can't quit, we need you. Of course you do, but I don't need you. As a matter of fact, with my fabulous new vocal power, I'll never need to work again. And Jason Craig was right. Ticket, but my good man, today is Thursday, the day when all people carrying handkerchiefs with the initials JC are allowed to ride free. Free, of course, you're right, sir. And he grew a beard for some reason. As he traveled, he became bolder, more demanding. He even assumed the flamboyant appearance of an orator, I'm not sure. I am hungry. Prepare me a steak dinner at once. Your voice, I can't resist it. I must obey. This guy predates the Purple Man. He has the same power as him. Hmm. Yeah, we'll see, Pro Man. I guess not soon, but maybe. I don't know. And then when Crag happened to be passing through the center city, home of the Ant-Man, look at the Ant-Man tackling those thieves. Wow! And he's even got a bunch of little ants helping him. Yow! Ants biting and stinging me. Stop. We quit. Bullseye. He shoves a fork up his ass. Alright. Between the Ant-Man and the police, the crooks in this town haven't got a chance. Okay, we'll take over now. Step aside. You did a swell job. Thanks, Ant-Man. The way he commands those ants through his seminar helmet, it's terrific. Respected by the people, respected by the police, loved by the people. He's indeed a powerful figure. If I can defeat him, then I can defeat anyone. Must test my mettle against Ant-Man. Ant-Man exposed the city can be mine. So this guy went from I want to be a talk host to I don't know, I want to be lazy jackass to I want to conquer the city. Nice elevation. I know the line of thought there. It's not very good. All right. So, in an arrogant attempt to prove his superiority over the Ant-Man, Jason uses his irresistible voice to turn the people against their hero. He pretends to be your friend, but he secretly despises you all, as he does all who are normal size. Ant-Man catches criminals only to deceive you, keep you from suspecting that he himself is the worst of all criminals. I tell you, he is evil. He must be driven from the city. Meanwhile, police headquarters, happy to present you this award from I don't even know that word. I'm bad at words sometimes, guys. Service. No one in the community deserves it more. Gentlemen, I am honored. Suddenly, what a mockery to honor a base villain instead the Ant-Man should be arrested. The voice. I cannot resist it. Arrest that man. But he offers no evidence, no proof to support his charge. You can't just arrest me on his say-so. He needs no proof. His is the voice of truth. It must be obeyed. You're too dangerous to remain at large. You belong in prison. They're under crack spell. They won't listen. I must escape while I still can. As the Ant-Man snaps the rubber band that tautly roll the certificate springs open, hurling the tiny figure high into the air. There's no despite his tiny size, the American get it, we get it. Grab, no escape. The insects are picking up my electronic impulses. They're converging below. Couldn't ask for such a landing spot. Thanks, fellas. Now I think I better hitch a ride. I lose myself in the crowd. He got away. Well, don't just stand there. Go after him. Alert the people. Create vigilante groups. I myself will lead you. We must capture the Ant-Man. Their free will overcome by Jason Crack's spellbinding command, scores of citizens join a grim search for the tiny hero whom they had respected just a day before. We gotta find Ant-Man. He must be captured. How can we do it? It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Meanwhile, the gallant figure who has become the hunted moves warily through the city. Warily. Fuck me. I must be returned to my lab and enlarge myself, become Henry Pym again. Then I got to find a way to strip Crag of his awesome power. Best to go through the park, it's quicker. A mob led by Crag himself, they're searching for me. Only hope now is to remain hidden in the grass. But then the Ant-Man sees them, the makeshift instruments that could spell his doom. If he's hunting the grass, the magnets will detect his metal helmet and will scoop him up just like these pins and other bits of metal. They're coming closer. If I keep my cybernetic helmet on, they'll capture me. If I'll remove it, I'll be able to communicate with the ants when I need them. I have no choice. I must get rid of my helmet and take my chance. This is how to describe my shrinking and enlarging gas containers too. Luckily they are empty. No one can use their contents. Seconds later, look, I picked up his helmet and gas pellet containers. Ha, now he's as good as captured. But how can we find him if he's wearing no metal or Max can't attract him? Fool! Ant-Man should just use his cannon, you know? That's what you should have got back to his last. By using his great cannon. I love that cannon. Okay. Fool, how is helmet vulnerable to something far stronger than a magnet? My voice! Ant-Man, wherever you are hiding, heed my words. I, Jason Crag, command you to reveal yourself. Obey me, Ant-Man. Come out of your hiding, and you can't resist my enchanted voice. I am your master. If only I could shut out the sound, but it's too powerful. Every word he utters is a strained, persuasive quality that forces his command into my brain. It's overcoming my will. I can't hold it much longer. Give yourself up. Obey me! The tiny figure struggles courageously, but to no avail, for no one can defy the all-powerful voice of Jason Krog. Here I am, I can resist no longer. I have won, but my victory won't be complete until I've ended your very existence. I command you to walk to the pier and dive in the river and make no attempt to swim. Do nothing to keep yourself from drowning. Moments later, outside the park, go, walk to the pier, jump to your doom. I have spoken. And so that helpless Ant-Man walks the last mile, past the hate-filled eyes of those who once honored him. He pretended to be our friend, but all the while he was a lonesome little criminal. And he'd still be deceiving us, if not for Jason Krog. What's this face? What's this face here? Like, what the fuck? I didn't know he was a pretty boy. Okay. Jason's golden voice is the clarion call of truth. It tells us to show that villain no pity, no mercy. Go, evil one, to your richly deserted fate. Must walk to the pier. There are others witnessing the grim spectacle, tiny creatures silently watching their human leader march to his doom. You have reached the edge of the pier. Now jump, Ant-Man, and make no attempt to swim, no attempt to stay afloat. I must obey. So powerful is Jason's spell that it overcomes even the Ant-Man's basic instincts to survive. I must not swim. I must do nothing to save myself. But as the helpless little figure starts to sink, it's gripped by a powerful mandibles. Look below, ants! They're coming! The Ant-Man rescuing the Ant-Man. He's still obeying the command. He's doing nothing to save himself. He doesn't have to. The insects are doing it for him. Oh, look at this. This is when you know you didn't do your paneling right. When you had to have arrows. I will not be thwarted. I will not be denied my victory. After them, destroy the Ant-Man! Again, the voice of truth speaks. We must obey. Before the spellbound crowd can act, Ant-Man is carried safely beneath the pier. Well done, my little friends. I should have known that even though I couldn't send you electronic commands, you would still remain loyal to me. He escaped! But I'll capture him again, and next battle shall be his last. When should we be winding? I guess wending the word, I don't know. His way through sewers and underground tunnels, Ant-Man finally arrives home. I'll go in through the secret entrance, secret room of Pym's laboratory, secret panel, catapult, miniature elevator shaft, outside wall building, Ant-Man returns through here, inside the elevator, ground outside. Entering his lab, he takes a new canister of enlarging gas and releases its cooling contents. The days that follow, the search for the Ant-Man continues, but without success. Bah! Someone in this city must be hiding him, protecting him. Someone who has not yet heard my all-powerful voice. I'll soon fix that. Tomorrow night, we have honor to have our guest speaker, the spellbinding orator, Jason Krog, to be sure to listen in, folks. Just what I've been waiting for. Now it's time to make my move. Later in the alley behind the hospital, many people saw me coming here, but none suspects that the colorless scientist Henry Pym is also the fugitive Ant-Man. I'll just lay my costume and one of my duplicate elements down here for a while. Instead of taking to wearing clothes composed of unstable molecules, I can use my growth gases any time. I'm not reading Anderson because I'm tired of them. It's a lot easier to don my working clothes this way than it would be to lug around a large-sized costume. Seconds later, that's right, obey my electric command. Climb up the hospital walls. Closed windows aren't effective when the intruder is the size of an ant. There's always a little crack somewhere that can fit through. And now, good thing you critters can help carry up to 15 times your own weight. Carol, don't drop it. The germs in these mustn't get loose. Not yet. I'll just change to Henry Pym again, enlarge myself, and go over to the television studios. Later, at the studio that Jason Krog will broadcast from, this prop room is loaded with stuff, but the one thing that interests me is that prop gun. And the following fateful night, ready for you, Mr. Krog. I'll make millions of viewers hate the Ant-Man. When I'm finished, no living human being will ever support him, or not resist my hypnotic voice. But unseen by Jason Krog, he's starting to climb quickly. Just as the hate-monger prepares to speak, he hears a tiny whisper. This is the Ant-Man, Krog. Unless you say exactly what I tell you to do, your life won't be worth a dime. For at this very moment, there is a concealed gun trained on you. 1 second for me, and my ants will pull the trigger. See it? So unless you're bulletproof, you better tell a million listeners that you were wrong that Ant-Man is an innocent, law-abiding citizen. Fool! That won't help you. Whatever I say now, I can contradict later on. Let me worry about later on. Very well, listen, my friends. I have made a serious error. I misjudged the Ant-Man. He's an honest, law-abiding citizen worthy of your respect and admiration. And once again, the words of the golden voiced orator are such without question. The Ant-Man is not evil. Agent Crag says he is honest, he must be so. We must once again respect him. The voice of truth commands it. Well done, Crag, and you can relax now. That gun the ants are holding isn't loaded. You tricked me, but I'll have my revenge. Watch me turn the entire city against you now. Everyone, listen to the golden voice. A voice. Something's lost my power. It sounds different, but ow! I'll tell you how, Krog. Before you arrived here, I covered the mic with microbes which cause laryngitis. Laryngitis? Thought you knew my voice would hold out just long enough to recite your message, but you won't get away with this. Hear me, the Ant-Man is evil. He must be destroyed. He must believe me. Mine is a voice of truth. But without the hypnotic power of his enchanted voice, what are you, some kind of nurse or something? You can't make speeches and incite people to violence in here. You run the bum out of town. Wait, hear me! Hear me! But no one will listen to Krog's hypnotic commands again. Later, and don't ever come back. They must feed me, and even when I regain my voice, the chances are 1,000,000 to 1 against it ever having the same hypnotic quality. He had a great power, he must have done so much good with it. But suddenly he made the wrong choice, and now his power, his voice is doomed. Is stilled forever. Next time, Ant-Man gets old. See you then.